Hi, Positive Readers, it's Positive Writer today with another video, and today I'm going to finally be coming at you with my favorite TV shows of all 2019. Made for me, you were. 2019 has been the best year of my life so far. I have loved it, I've enjoyed it, I've cried, I've laughed, I've lived, and it has been great. I've loved it. It's a beautiful year. And I have like a lot of favorite videos coming because I did and watched and read so many things and listened to so many things, and I want to talk about all of them, my favorite ones of them, to you guys because you know you mean a lot to me and I like sharing my love with you guys. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the TV shows specifically that I love because TV shows have been a gigantic part of my year. Gigantic, like bigger than you probably would even imagine TV shows could get. They've been a big part, and I've started so many, and you know I just have loved so many, and also like, you know, I just want to talk about them. So let's just get into this because it's kind of a lot. So I'm pretty sure I have 10 every year. Basically I have 13 because TV shows were so important. I couldn't like cut down a list of 10. Whatever. So anyway, starting off, honorable mention is Criminal Minds. Because Criminal Minds has been a show that I've loved my entire life. Basically like the whole decade of 2010. Like as long as I've been aware of TV shows, I've loved Criminal Minds. It plays reruns on Ion, the television station, and I used to watch it, and that's how I started watching it, and then like it's increased, my love for it has increased over the years because anytime I watch it I can just turn it on any episode and just watch it and enjoy it, and it stayed like that. And now recently, especially this year and a little bit 2017 too, I've been binging it like in intervals, just watching some episodes that I really think are interesting and stuff like that. And this year I found like a favorite episode, which was 11x13, The Bond. I love that freaking episode. I love it. I've rewatched it twice, and the only reason why I haven't rewatched it more is because I'm so obsessed. I know I'll like rewatch it too many times, so I just stopped myself. But yeah, and it's been just so great watching like the characters grow and stuff, and the fact that it's about to end next year, like it's always been a constant. It's always been like, oh, Criminal Minds is going on with another season. It's always been there, and now it's just gonna end, and I'm sad about it. But you know, it's fine. You know, they say that all the good things come to an end. I'm excited. I did make a video about season 14. Okay, wow, season 15. What? Shut up. The actual person that I made my season 15 video with, my sister is outside my door laughing at me for messing up, so that's nice. But yeah, me and her made a video about all the stuff we know about season 15. Definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah, okay. So next show that's my honorable mentions because I didn't even put it on this list, but I know I have to include it. Avatar: The Last Airbender, specifically, and also Legend of Korra. I'm pretty sure I rewatched that, a little bit of it this year too. So Avatar, I love that all my life too. I've loved that since like 2nd grade, and that's a long time for me, considering that I'm a youngin. So it's a good show. It's really good, and I've watched it. I watched like probably the entire show at least twice now, and I mean it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean it's not like the most important thing ever to me, but it's still really good. And I rewatched the entire thing with my family this year, and it was so fun, and we just binged it, and it was just so great seeing the characters again, and then like the storylines that I remembered and some that I didn't, and being surprised and yelling. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Like my childhood life, my childhood self was quaking. It was great. I really enjoyed myself. So those are all great, always going to be on my list. And Legend of Korra too, because I love that show so much, and it just I have such love for it. And the anniversary of the finale just passed, and I can't believe it's been like 7 years since it ended back in 2014. So it has to have been like 5 years. But anyway, yeah, it's really like really messing with me because I love that show. But anyway, yeah, those are two shows that I really loved forever, and they're always going to be on this list most likely because, you know, they're still going to be important to me even though they are my favorites. Now finally, let's get into the freaking TV shows because we have kind of a lot. 13, Black Mirror. They came out with season 5 this year, and like late last year they came out with Bandersnatch, which I never talked about because I don't know why. But Bandersnatch is really cool because they had like I don't think I talked about it, but anyway, yeah, they have basically like you could choose the character's actions. It was like from your TV. You had your remote, and you could choose the character. It was the coolest thing ever. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, like it was amazing. If you haven't played it yet, go play it. I definitely recommend it. And also, this year they came out with season 5, 3 new episodes, and I didn't watch the second one because it got boring. But the first one and the last one were really good, and I loved them. It was like, you know, I love Black Mirror. It's kind of like the psychological thriller type of show, but like in the future, so there's like a whole bunch of technology, and it basically just shows how technology can really mess humans up, and how, you know, different like pros and cons and stuff like that. It's a great show, and the season 5 did not disappoint, so it had to it earned its place on this list. the next one, which is number 12, is Sex Education. I hate myself kind of for putting this so low on my list because I really love this show, but it's fine because like the higher you go, it's just more love. It's not like it's less love. Well, it is, but it's not like I love the show less for putting it less on the list. It's just I love another show more. So anyway, Sex Education. It came out January of this year, and I watched it January of this year, and it was beautiful. It's like 8 episodes that were like hours long, and I loved it. It's such a great show. It's so unique and relatable, and it was just amazing. Okay, it's about this guy, this teenage boy who's like a junior in high school, whose mom is like a sex therapist. So basically she like helps people with their sex life, and it ended up like kind of like he doesn't have like a gene of it, but at school he notices that he actually will be good at this too. So he starts helping his classmates with this too. And it's so great, it's so awkward, and it's hilarious, and I love it. It was a great show. I recommend it. I can't wait for season 2 next year. I'm excited. So the next show on this list is number 11, and that is The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor, I started because, I'm not going to say anything about that yet because I just want to pour all my love into it when I first started talking about it. But anyway, The Good Doctor is about a doctor who's named Sean Murphy, and basically he is autistic, and he wants to be a surgical resident. So it's basically about him going to the hospital, becoming a surgical resident, all this type of stuff. So it's a great show. Definitely recommend it. It's wholesome. It's adorable. Love it. I still watch it now to this day. I need to watch the last episode that they made of season 3 now, because they're on season 3 now, and it's just a really good show. I love it. I've cried on it, definitely before. Like every episode kind of has like this little thing about it. It reminds me of Criminal Minds, actually, but like Doctor Criminal Minds, because it's like every different episode has like a patient or several patients that have like these unique stories and stuff. And yeah, really good show. Definitely recommend it. The next show on this list is, I'm pretty sure number 10, is Good Girls. I love this show. This show is really good. I've heard about it, like I've been hearing about it for a while, but I never really like sat down and was like, let me watch this. But then finally this year I did, and it's amazing. About these 3 women who are all moms, and they're all like broke, so they all decide to rob a grocery store to get money. And from there it just escalates like to extremes because, you know, it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole business and stuff. And they get into some stuff they're not really used to stuff. It's amazing. Trust me, watch it. So I loved it. It was a great show. I had to say that it was a great show. Like, it's still going on. Season 3 comes out next year, and I'm not even on season 2 yet, so I'm behind. But it's a really good show. It's hilarious, wholesome, it's adorable. I love it. I love the characters. They're iconic, and they're funny, and lovable, and it's just a great show. So go watch it, perhaps. The next show on my list is Umbrella Academy. This show was amazing. Came out earlier this year, I think March or April or something like that. And it was great. I am always somebody who shies away from shows that are talked about a lot. Like, I remember it happened with The End of the World. I was like so upset. I'm like, I'm not going to watch that because I'm tired of seeing it. Oh my god. But then I watched it and it was good. So I should stop doing that. But I haven't. So I'm automatically turned off from a show that everybody is talking about. But I finally decided to watch Umbrella Academy because somebody compared one of the characters in the show to a character from my favorite show. My favorite character from my favorite show. And I was like, you know what? This might have to get a watch just so I can see if he's like him. And he was. And the show was amazing. And I'm so glad that I watched it. It's short. It's like 8 episodes or something. Netflix original. And it's about these siblings. I forgot how many of them there are. I think it's like 7. And basically, they're all born on the same day. There was like one day in history. Forgot the day. But yeah, all these women had babies. And this one man decided to adopt all the kids. And they have like these abilities and stuff. And so 7 of them, they live in this mansion or whatever. They lived in this mansion. And now they're back because the death of their dad that adopted them basically is happening. So they have to come back from the funeral. And it's so funny. It's so hilarious. It's quirky. It's great. It's amazing. It's badass. I love this show. I loved it. It was great. When I think about it with a smile, and I can't wait for the next season to come out because I love those characters and I miss them. The next show on this list is number 8, I'm pretty sure, and it is 13 Reasons Why Season 2. I love 13 Reasons Why. I made a whole video about it. Then I made a whole video about Season 3 only because it's an amazing season. I loved it. And I've been waiting for Season 3 for a while because last year they posted it in March, and the year before that it was March, and I'm like, why would it not be March? So I've been waiting for it for a while, and it finally came out in like September or August, I don't remember, but it was great, and I loved it. It was a great season. I cried my eyes out. It was amazing. It was poignant. It was important. It was everything I really wanted and more. They couldn't have been done any better. I loved it. It was amazing, and when I think about it, I'm like, oh wow, like characters become my favorites that weren't my favorite before. I loved everybody. It was just great. Okay, just like go watch 13 Reasons if you haven't yet. It might trigger you. It is really heavy, but they have trigger warning stuff at the beginning of their episodes, so you know what to expect if you might get triggered by any of the other things. I think it's a great show. I think it's eye-opening and amazing. Everybody hates it, and that just makes me love it more. The next show on this list is number 7, I'm pretty sure, and it is Big Little Lies. I binged this whole show in like, I don't know, like it was like a weekend and then another weekend or something like that. And I loved it. It's really short. There are 2 seasons, but they're only like 8 episodes, which has been a lot of the shows this year. But anyway, yeah, and I loved it. It's HBO. It's all based off a book. And I read the book, and it was amazing, but it did not compare to the show. And I'm glad that the show decided to have a second season, because the second season is even better than the first one. It's amazing. I didn't end up saying what 13 Reasons Why is about, because it was season 3. But Big Little Lies is about these women in this small town, and basically it's called Monterey. And it's kind of just about them, because I don't want to explain really what it is. Oh well, they start off the show with it. So basically, the show starts off and it's like this guy. They had this big party and somebody died, and they're trying to figure out what happened. And basically, it's leading up to the accident of the day that it happened. So we find out what happened, and we meet all the characters, and we find out like what happened. And it's like about these mainly like 5 women, and they basically are like they're all kind of like just moving through the world, but they all are different in some way. Some of them are friends. There's one lady who's like new, she's like new to the town, and then she befriends one of the other friends. It's just like, it's a really I don't want to reveal anything. It's kind of like a mystery. It definitely is a mystery. It's like a thriller, but also has so many wholesome qualities. The intro is the best thing I've ever seen, and I just love the show, and I'm like, I hope they make a season 3, like I really do, because I love the show. It's everything about it is amazing, and I definitely recommend it for sure. The next show on this list is number 6, and that is Pose. I love this show so much. I cried like on the first episode. Like I cried so much watching this show. It's ridiculous. It's not the most I cried on the show this year. Nope, we're doing that, but I still cried a lot, and it's a beautiful show. It's about queer and gay and trans people who are in like the 80s, so it's like the scene or whatever. It's like ballroom and like ballroom culture, and like it just goes through like their lives, the characters, like, they meet up and stuff, and you know, it's so important. I feel like for this time, it's so beautiful. I loved it, and it's not done yet. They've been renewed for a season 3, and I can't wait for it. It's on Netflix. Please watch it. It's amazing. It's funny. It's wholesome. The family aspect, like the found family trope thing that they have going for them, is just beautiful. Like the whole chosen family thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. 5 out of 5. Like I love this show. I can't wait for season 3. The characters are so iconic, and I think about them a lot, and I really miss them. So it needs to come back. Next show on this list is number 5. We're going down to the last 5 on the list, and this is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This show started completely by accident, because I have Hulu, but I didn't watch a lot of Hulu like this year. I just I watched some, but you know, some of the shows on Hulu aren't on Netflix. That's why I got it. But anyway, I was really stressed one day, and I couldn't watch my favorite show because it's like super heavy on me. I was like, no, we can't do that, because I was stressed. So I was like, let me watch something that will make me happy, that I won't have to like want to die over. So it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was like, you know, I've heard about this show. Somebody said it was funny once. And I remember this one time, it was like they were going to end the show, and everybody jumped out of the woodwork talking about don't end Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's my most poignant memory of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, that's the first thing I remember, like, hearing about it. And, you know, those people were definitely right, because the show is amazing, and I applaud them and thank them for sure for not ending the show, because it's a great show. It's so funny. It's basically just about this police station, the 99, and the people in it. And you know, it's just so funny. Like it's so funny. That's all I think. It's so funny. It's wholesome for sure. It's wholesome, and every episode has like not really a life lesson, but like something that needs to be learned or whatever. It's so funny. It's like one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. I laughed like in the first 10 minutes of every episode, and that's crazy. I'm at like season 4 now, and it goes really fast because every episode is like 20 minutes. It was just great, and I really love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I need to finish it because I'm not anywhere really near the last season that's out right now. It's season 7, I think, and it's just a great show, and I'm so glad that I started watching it just because I was stressed, and now it's like something that really makes me happy. Next show on this list is number 4, and that is American Horror Story. I watched Cult this year. Last year, American Horror Story was like, it just busted on my radar, and I watched like the entirety of it up until season 8, which I also watched, and it was just the best experience. I loved it. I love AHF. I love its grittiness. It's gore. It's dark themes. I just love the fact that it takes these things and it makes them I don't know, it makes them really enjoyable. They have different, every season is like a different theme. Like the first season was Murder House, and the second one's Asylum, and the third one, like, it's this, everything it changes every season. They reuse actors and actresses. Obviously not everybody comes back every season, but they reuse them and they become different characters, and it's so fun and funny to see the actors like playing different roles. I love this show. It's beautiful and amazing. My favorite season is Freak Show, which basically about all these people who are labeled freaks by society because they're like different, they have deformities or something like this, and they all come, and there's like this circus, and Miss Osamar is my wife. I love her so much. She's my favorite character of the season. She basically is like the mom, and she like takes them all in and she makes sure they're cared for and loved, and she loves them for real, and it's beautiful. I love that season so much. I need to rewatch it for sure. But yeah, and also 1984, which was season 9, came out this year. I did not end up finishing it because it kind of got boring halfway through, and I was like, I didn't get any more, like, I didn't have any more motivation to finish it, which sucks because it was pretty good, but like, it's fine. I'll finish it. But I loved it. And I watched Cult this year, which I had skipped last year. And Roanoke I also skipped because I didn't skip it, but I started watching it. It was like ridiculously boring. But anyway, season 7, Cult. I loved it. I didn't think I was going to love it, but then I watched it and it was beautiful. I loved like the whole 2016 president craze. Like, that's basically what it was about, and it was like Trump had gotten elected, and it was like a character that was really happy and then this character that weren't happy, and it was just like them coming together, like clashing. It was beautiful. I love this season. It was amazing. It was basically everything I hoped, and it made me really mad, but it also made me really happy. So I really enjoyed it, and it definitely deserves its place on this list because it was such a big part of my life last year, and because that season was just so good and surprised me. Now we're gonna to the 3 top 3 shows of this year, and it's funny because the first one on this list I didn't really watch a lot this year, and that is Harleys. I love this show. Last year I watched season 1 and season 2, and it was amazing. I watched it like the summertime, and it was the perfect time to watch it. I don't know why. I just wasn't doing a lot of stuff, so I watched like the whole thing, and it was beautiful. And then season 2 started airing every Wednesday, and I watched it. It's on Hulu. It's amazing. It's about a whole bunch of women and just people in the like 17th or 18th century. Yeah, 18th, 19th. I don't know which century, I forgot. I think it's the 1700s though. And basically, they're like in London, and they're basically, a lot of them, because Harleys, they're like sex workers. And basically, like, there's houses, and they're like clashing because they're rivals, and it's so good, and it's so funny. And like, I mean, feminist is not something I use to describe a lot of stuff, but if you are like a feminist or whatever, watch the show. It's amazing, it's unique, it has amazingly strong female characters, and female characters that are completely on a range of that spectrum of strong, like people who are like ones that are just like will beat your ass, and then other ones that are like softer strong. It's amazing. I love it, and I think you'll love it too if you like that type of stuff. Definitely recommend it. It's great. Season 3 came out this year, and I didn't finish it. I don't know. It's probably because I spent so much time binging the second season again, which was great, by the way. But I just spent so much time, I kind of got bored, I guess, and I just ended up not finishing season 3. And plus, some new characters were introduced, and my favorite character, well, not my favorite, but one of my favorites died, and I was like, ugh, so it was, I stopped. But still, it's a great show. Definitely deserves a place on this list, because I didn't put it on there last year, because I'm lame. And then now, top 2, the second, number 2 spot on this list goes to the Vampire Diaries. This show is amazing. I love this show. It is great. I started it in 2016, and I have loved it ever since. It was with me through times where I felt like I didn't have anybody, made me feel like I wasn't alone. It was great. And then they all left me in 2017, March, and I was really sad. But, you know, I still love them, even though they make me really sad now, and, you know, it's only getting worse. But it's a great show. And it's about vampires. I mean, it's about this girl named Elena Gilbert and this guy named Stephen Salvatore who has a brother named Damon Salvatore who's the superior character of them all. But anyway, and them in this town called Mystic Falls. Stephen is coming back to this town. He stalked this girl, Elena, and basically wants to know her. So he's integrating himself into her life, and basically Damon comes, wants to ruin it. A whole bunch of stuff happens. Great show. Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. I love it. It makes me really happy, and also really sad, like I said. And it's great. I really enjoy it. I mean, I've watched it for years. I've loved it for years. So we come a long way, and it's great. So that's all I can say about it, to be honest. And now for the first spot on this list, the best, my favorite TV show ever, and also that I watched this year. The TV show that has graced my life with the most beautiful content I've ever seen. Bates Motel. I love this show. I love it. I love this show. Like, I love it. And it's crazy because I don't really have a specific list of reasons why I love this show. I love it. I have the strongest, most my magnified, I don't even know like the word to use, gigantic sense of love for the show. It's the best thing ever. It's my whole entire life. It's great. I'll talk about what it's about before I go into a rant about how much I love the show. So, it's about this mom and son, and they're moving because his dad died, and they're moving, and they have a motel, and now they are going to own the motel. They move to this new, they're going to have a fresh start. They're like, clean slate. We're going to be hopeful. It's all going to be good. That's their attitude. They're moving into this new motel, and now they have this house and stuff, and they move to this small town, and a whole bunch of stuff starts going wrong. Great show. Probably a shitty way to describe it, but I mean, I love it so much, it's kind of like lost on me how to describe it to people who haven't seen it yet. Which is a lie, because if I care about you at all, I'm gonna make you watch the show, or at least try and get you to, because I love it that much, and I want you to love it too. And even if you don't, like, I'm not gonna care. But like, if I care about you, you're definitely gonna have to get hip. But anyway, yeah, it's a great show. I love it. It has integrated every single part of my life. It has helped me. It has been right there with me. The characters that I love the most have been right there with me the entire time. Everything I've gone through this year, because I watched it in January, and I watched it in like a week, and it has, you know, I think it's the fastest I've watched any show, especially a show with 50 episodes. It has 5 seasons, but yeah, and it left such a mark on me, and I think that mark's gonna stay forever. I never see myself like stopping loving the show or like loving it less or anything. I love it more every single day. I have had friends because of the show, girlfriends because of the show. I have met just so many amazing people. I have done so many amazing things. I've grown so much as a person just from the show, and I love it to death. It is everything to me. Sorry. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my favorite TV shows. And also, in the future, definitely expect me to make more videos about Basement Motel. I have not talked about that much on this channel, and it upsets me. But if you know me on any other social media, seriously, any other social media, I have talked about it way too much. But I'm not gonna stop now. I love you all. I hope you had a great year of watching TV shows. I hope you had some faves. And if you did, please tell me about them in the comments. If you like any of these TV shows this year, tell me in the comments. I'll see you later with another video. Bye.